Let's do it. Okay. Hey, how you doing? It's Clayton here from howtodrawcomics.net with another episode of BACKER Snobs. As always, I'm joined by Rob Arnold, the creator of the Replicator comic book. And what we're going to be doing today is reviewing a whole bunch of independent comic book campaigns, going through them, giving them a little bit of feedback if need be, and deciding ultimately whether or not we're going to back it or pass on it. So this is our way of getting independent comic book creators out there and giving them a bit more exposure on our platform, because that's what we're all about. So, Rob, thanks for joining us once again.
You're welcome. Looking forward to it today.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like we really need to give Ethan Van Sciver more of a following, because he is probably the pinnacle of independent comic books at this stage. But
very much so. You know, Ethan Van Sciver has a big reputation. Everybody knows about the guy. But you know what stands out to me most about Ethan is his artwork. Yeah. And I'm a huge fan of CyberFrog. I got the first issue. I got all the little ash can issues. Heck, I got another copy of the first issue just with a different variant cover. So I love artwork like this. So his style is right up my alley. And what we're reviewing here to begin with today is CyberFrog Unforgettable Tales 1 and 2. And what this is, well, we'll just go through it here. So the original rare Hall of Heroes issues of CyberFrog, colored and re-lettered with new foil covers. So that pretty much sums it up. But let's go through it, Rob. All right. So do you want to read this section?
Sure do. CyberFrog Unforgettable Tales is here. This is fantastic. I've got all of the files to the classic 90s CyberFrog stories. And obviously, as the creator, I own all this stuff. Do you want to read them? The original CyberFrog comics that were published by Hall of Heroes in 1994 are next to impossible to find, and if you do find them, they're extremely expensive. Not only that, they were done in black and white on cheap newsprint with my sloppy hand lettering. Let's fix that. I've got Kyle Ritter, master colorist, going over each page and bringing out gorgeous lifelike colors from my line. Also got Eric Weathers, man of letters, replacing the old word balloons, letters, and FX with updated, clean, professional lettering. And I've also drawn 2 new covers after the original versions, and they'll make the whole package something to treasure.
Yeah. Dude, I am so excited about this.
Yeah, and he had a stretch goal, I think it was at 50K, that the covers are going to be embossed or something. It's just like scroll up a tiny bit. It's just above that picture. Will feature foil embossed effects.
Foil and embossed. I mean, could you get better than that? But man, just look at this cover. How sick does that look? This is what I'm talking about here. Look at all those little tiny details, and then Kyle Ritter's coloring just really complements Ethan's line art. And lately I've been seeing a lot of comic book art where the colors actually do a disservice to the line art, and it just sucks so badly when that happens. But I just think that these guys make the perfect team. And, you know, the art speaks for itself, man. I mean, the colors just pop right off the page. The detail draws you in. This shot in and of itself is just so dynamic. Everything from the composition to the pose of CyberFrog. He's a great character. Just in terms of his design, there's a lot of inherent expressiveness that you can incorporate into his poses. So,
that's something I hadn't noticed before. You can actually see the reflection of him on the pauldron, his shoulder armor piece. That is so cool.
Yeah, man. Ethan likes to incorporate that very chrome-like effect into CyberFrog where he can. I noticed that popped up a fair bit in the comic book, actually. So I thought it was super cool because it's kind of hard to do that, like to mirror the world within a chromatically, I guess, layered form, especially when it's round, because the reflections actually distort a little bit. But man, it's just so cool.
No, it's a great cover. What do you think of the next one?
This one I like as well. There's not as much color in the background, but I think that makes CyberFrog stand out all the more,
Yeah.
along with this fly dude, which
Hmm.
I'm guessing he is a character that must have popped up in the original series because I don't think I have seen him in the current CyberFrog. But
Mm.
yeah, man, what do you think?
Yeah, it's funny. Covers are a funny thing because I was on Twitter the other day and some guy said he didn't like the J Art. I think it was J Lee art cover that
Oh
for
yeah,
and that's probably honestly it's probably one of my favorite covers I've ever seen. The
yeah, it
one that
looks badass.
yeah, it's amazing. And this one here I'm not a huge fan of, but the one above it I love as well. I
Yeah,
think
it's
that is the one
gorgeous.
I would go for personally.
Hell yeah, man. I just think it captures CyberFrog really, really well, this one. Like, there's a lot of story in it, mostly because of the background, actually. It gives him a lot of context and really draws you into his world. Whereas, I guess this one down here is a great money shot. Like, it's a good beauty shot of CyberFrog, but it doesn't
Yeah,
have as much mood in it, you
yeah.
know? But yeah, man, just absolutely gorgeous work. All right. And is this the Jay Lee cover?
It's not the one I was talking about, but I'm pretty sure that is a J Leave one.
Yeah, I mean his style is very recognizable. I hope
Yeah.
it is anyway. All right, what else? We're also offering an exclusive Wrecked Planet preview ashcan of the first 10 pages of story and art, along with bonus material with a fantastic J. Lee cover. 20 pages total. Sweet.
Yeah. So I mean
Yeah, I
that
like
cover's
J. Lee.
great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
It's not the one I was talking about. The one I was talking about is the other one, which I think is just
Hmm.
yeah, this is the bee's knees.
Oh, I
Pardon.
know I know
Um,
what one you're talking about.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
All right. Cool.
So you got this
Well,
Salamandroid black light poster
mhm.
reducing a giant 23 by. You'll have to scroll up for me.
All right. Yep.
35 velvet flocked ultraviolet light fluorescent poster of Salamandroid.
Yeah.
I haven't seen rock and roll posters like these since the 80s.
Yeah.
So I mean that is awesome.
Man, that's so cool.
And I've been waiting for this episode of Backer Snobs to decide what I'm going to actually back on this campaign, and it's
Yeah.
really challenging because I want both the poster and both of the issues.
Yeah, me too. I haven't actually got the poster yet. I did get I got one of the perks already, but man, this poster was definitely something that made me a bit torn as to what I was going to go for.
Yeah, I just love like the little scaly details on him as well, like those
Yeah.
against the blue. So
Yeah.
nice.
And look at this crosshatch. I mean, this hatching and rendering on his neck armor.
Yeah.
I mean, it.
He's also got the reflection in his armor over on the right.
Yeah, he
So,
does.
yeah.
Very cool. See,
Yeah.
that's what I love with Ethan's work is you can tell with something like CyberFrog, which is his original character, his original story. He's really putting the love into it, and he's
Yeah.
taking whatever amount of time it needs to take in order to arrive at the best possible product. And
Dude,
I
he's so
actually admire
passionate
that a
about it.
lot.
It's inspiring.
Yeah, man. I think it's a complete opposite thing to what happens in mainstream comics a lot today,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
they're just trying to rush them out and the artwork looks crap, the stories are terribly written, and it's just, it's for the comic book shop bin, really.
Yep.
But something like this is a gem. All right, stretch goals. Anyone who backs CyberFrog Blood Honey knows that our brand is shiny. We did amazing chromium covers last time, and I'd love to offer another shiny set of books this time. If we can get this campaign to 50 grand, we'll do beautiful foil embossed effects on your comic book covers, which he has arrived at. From there,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Cool, huh?
Yeah. It's amazing.
From there, I'm going to offer a series of awesome stretch goals and freebies to make receiving your perks even more fun. If we make it to the first stretch goal, I'll announce the second one. I think you'll like it. Please support this campaign and let others know. Spread the word and let's get this frog hopping again. So here's a look at the interior pages. Note, these don't show Eric Weather's new lettering yet. Now, before we get to that, I love the fact that whatever perk we go for here, Rob,
Yeah.
later on it's going to be upgraded with freebies.
Yeah. Me too.
I just think when you get unexpected little additions to your package, it just makes it all the more fun, And I know
Yeah.
that you did the same thing with your comic book, and I loved
Yeah.
it.
And I had people, commenting, telling me how much they loved receiving the extras. And
Yeah,
it's
man.
something that doesn't cost you, well, it doesn't have to cost you a lot to do, but it's something that blows people's minds.
Totally. All right, man. So this is the actual artwork from this remastered version of the CyberFrog comic from back in the day. And as you can see, it's pretty much just as good as what Ethan's artwork looks like now.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy. Like, if you look in the details on his toes, I think we see reflections of buildings,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
just insane.
It's
And
mental, isn't
same
it?
with his pauldrons on his shoulders. And
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
amazing how well the art has held up over the years. It's obviously he's gotten better and better, but this level is still so high.
yeah, absolutely, man. It's, I would say, almost on par. It's a
Yeah,
slightly different style, if anything.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. I love it.
yeah.
Like, I
Same.
love this as much as what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Um, cool.
I'd like to ask him how much he's actually changed. How much does he think he's actually changed from when he first started doing CyberFrog?
I can certainly see differences. I think his hatching is a little bit more finer. The line work is a little cleaner. But you know what? There's something about comic books from this particular era that, I don't know, man. There's a bit. There's this character that's captured within them. There's a certain vibe that I don't know. Maybe it's missing somehow. And I don't know if it's because of the tools that we're using these days, or maybe we get beyond a certain level of experience where our artwork kind of becomes more polished, and thus it loses this character and this endearment that it once had. But I don't know. There's something special going on with this, and I love
Yeah,
it. Especially with Kyle Ritter's coloring. I mean, it brings a whole new breath of life to it.
Kyle Ritter's a genius. Let's face it.
Let's face it. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even need to talk any more about it. We've talked about him before. He's special.
Yeah. Cool, man. Look at this. All these characters, lots of expression.
Yeah, yeah,
That's cool. So there's an odd amount of realism to Ethan Van Sciver's work sometimes. All right, cool.
it's great. So we're at the bottom.
Yeah.
Right, let's go through the rewards, and then we can go through my tiny nitpicks that we can do.
All right, done. So, Unfrog Ashcan 1 and 2 signed. $151.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, let's start off with the first nitpick here. He's featured this one, but it doesn't have an image, and I don't know why. It's just, I'm not sure why he hasn't chucked an image on it, that one.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd like to see it. I like images on the rewards.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of money, actually. Is that just because of the Wrecked Planet Ashcan?
It's signed.
Signed, right.
Yeah.
Because if you look at book 1 and 2, it's like $15 each.
Yeah.
It's cool. Awesome, man.
That's another thing. Like he's got issue 1 and issue 2, and then issue 1 and 2 combined. Honestly, I don't think he really needs to have them separate, because who's just going to get issue 1 or issue 2? Obviously, there's a couple of people.
Yeah.
But like, as you can see, 435 people have gone for both
in
books.
comparison to 4 claimed up here and 6 claimed here.
Yeah.
I wonder what the thinking is behind that. I kind of like the idea of having the option there, though.
You do? Yeah.
Yeah. When you can kind of, even if you don't go for either of these two separate options and you do end up going for this one, it's just nice to know that you could get them separately if you wanted to.
Yep. Yeah,
But,
fair enough.
Yeah, that's just my opinion.
So we've got the Wrecked Planet preview mini comic. 23 people have gone for that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then the
Get that on its own.
Salamandroid Black Light poster. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
99. Okay.
Yep. Pretty
And then
cool.
you've got 1 and 2 Unfrog and Ashcan. So that's the same as the featured perk without the signature, from what I can tell.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so his signature is worth quite a bit.
Yep.
I like that. That's
Yeah,
good.
fair enough. You've changed my mind on that. I've come around to your way of thinking.
Have you really?
Yeah,
Good.
I have. Yep. I think you're right.
I don't think you can just hand that stuff out, man. It's a sig. All right.
Especially in Ethan's circumstance too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he's slightly popular.
Bit of weight to his name.
Just a little bit.
Cool. All right. 2 Salamand Droid Blacklight posters.
Yeah.
So you get 2 of these. That's interesting. I'm surprised that only 8 have been claimed.
For 2 of them. Why would you want 2 though?
Yeah. I don't know. To keep one in pristine mint condition and...
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, there's that one. Still got some of these left. Blood Honey Line Art set of 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And 1 of every comic.
Then 1 of every comic. See, this is a pretty cool bargain, I think. You get Unforgettable Tales 1 and 2. And then you get Wrecked Planet, Ashcan, and then you get 3 more comics. On top of that, the line art variants. So that's a pretty big package of stuff. I just wish that the poster was included in there as well.
Yeah. I think the problem with the poster is it's massive. So it has to be shipped separately to the books. That's why it's not included in a bundle of some sort.
No, you're right. It'll be shipped in a tube, maybe.
Yeah, it has to be a tube because it's a velvet. I don't even think I've had a velvet poster before. So
cool. And then you can get 2 of every comic. See, this is a trending thing that's happening on Indiegogo lately. I like that. That's pretty cool.
You like the 2?
Well, I just think it's great to have options where you can order multiple copies of these books, because it means that if you are a comic book store or you want to resell them or you want to give them to a friend, you're able to do that quite easily.
Yeah.
And Ethan said it before, he doesn't mind that people resell these books on eBay or whatever, because it just helps him to get his work out there more and to spread his name. So
it's funny. I don't think I've ever thought of reselling a comic book that I've bought.
Yeah. No.
People do.
I mean, the thing is, these independent creator-owned comic books might actually be worth something. I mean, they are worth something because they're a limited print run, and the only way to get more of them is in the hopes that someone is selling them or that these guys open up another campaign for them. So there's a bit of value attached to these creator-owned books, and that's what I love about them, the exclusivity. All right, Rob, what are your nitpicks? You mentioned you had a few.
The smallest little things.
Yeah.
So the poster doesn't have non-American sizes listed. So it's 28 by 35 inches, which I can picture it's quite large, but how large that is, I'd actually have to go and convert that myself. But that's a tiny little thing that I would change.
True.
If it was me personally. And the other thing is, I really want to see Eric Weathers' letters. I've seen a little sneak peek of them.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see how they compare to the original. So just like get that page there, and I want to see Eric Weathers' letters on them as well.
Yeah, totally. I'm sure he'll definitely clean it up. Yeah. Apart from that,
yeah, there's nothing else.
Yeah. Cool. No, that's awesome. I think Ethan will update these screenshots maybe once those letters come through.
I hope so.
Like maybe the whole thing's just going to be sent to him at once. I like that we only have to wait till July for this to come out.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
And I don't know what it is about this. Like the new CyberFrogs are great, but something about having something that's remastered from the 90s really hits a certain vibe for me. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah,
even
man.
more excited than the new stuff.
Totally.
I don't know
Totally.
why.
What is it? It's
I don't know.
I
I
guess
don't
it's
know.
like we missed it the first time around. And now
Yeah,
you get that chance to not only have them again, but to have the remastered, like pristine version of them.
yeah. It's like kind of like finding an old piece of furniture and bringing it back to life in a beautiful and magical way.
Yeah,
That's what
totally,
it's like
man.
a little
It's
bit.
very much the way that it is.
I like on this cover he's got here. You can see in the background on the fence he's got his all caps comics
Yeah.
brand, and you've got Graveyard Shift and Jawbreakers and some other stuff I can't read, but that's
Yeah,
cool.
how
I like
cool
little
is
things
that?
like that.
That's so awesome. All right, man.
Yeah,
So now the moment of truth. Firstly, what would you rate this comic?
I think art is like a 10. What about you?
I would agree with that. I think this
Yeah,
is some of the best art you're going to see in comic books.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
Me too, yeah. A 10 for sure. The stories, I'm sure, are going to be fun as well on
yeah,
top of that. All right. And are you going to back it? And if you're going to back it, which one are you going to back, Rob?
yeah. I'm definitely going to back it. I like Ethan and I like CyberFrog. I'm going to get book 1 and 2.
Yep.
It's just whether or not I get the poster as well. And that probably depends on the shipping. And we're in Australia, guys, so we have to pay extra for shipping on pretty
Mm,
much nearly every project there is. So
pretty much, yeah.
it makes it challenging sometimes.
It does. How much do you think that'd put this one up to? Well, like $45?
Yeah, I don't know.
It bumps it
And I
up a
think
little
he's
bit.
priced them very reasonably as well. I think
Hmm.
they're 10 US, 15 Australian each. So
Yeah.
that's a very, very fair price.
Big time, man. I 100% agree with that. This is the perfect price range, I would say. I can't believe that separately they're only $15. Like, I don't know if they're
Yeah.
a smaller than usual numbered page comic book or what the reason for that is, but it's a great price.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I don't know how long he's been up, less than a week maybe, and he's already had 1,000 backers.
Yeah, man. I mean, in Australian dollars, it's almost $100,000.
Yeah, he's a machine.
And
What are you gonna get?
yeah, I'm pretty sure I already got that one actually.
Yeah,
So, yep, but I would have got both of them for sure. Probably the day I saw this, because I'm a big, as you said before, I'm fanboying out a little bit here, Rob.
yeah,
I'm a big CyberFrog fan. I grew up in the 90s with lots of, Ninja Turtles and Street Sharks and Biker Mice. So, when I come across a creature superhero, for some reason, it hits home a little bit, brings back
yeah,
the nostalgia.
yeah. He's cool.
Awesome, man. Yeah, great job, Ethan. Well done. I'm very pleased that you're re-releasing these old unforgettable tales of CyberFrog,
Yeah,
and can't wait to get them in the mail. It's going to be awesome.